surrounded by folk, but in the midst of the king trying to do kingly business, while he is trying to take care of kingdom business, he got this woman sitting next to him, looking good and smelling good, trying to get his attention. Out of all of the folk in the room, she wants his attention. Out of all of the business that he's trying to take care of, this is kingdom business that he's trying to take care of. But she's sitting there quietly, fine, arrayed with jewels, looking good. And occasionally, she would do something like this to make sure that he would smell what she's smelling like. She's trying to distract him from kingdom business and put his mind on her. Out of all of the folk in the room, I want you thinking about me.
My Lord, my Lord.
For a few minutes, I want to talk about communing with the King.
My Lord, my Lord.
Communing with the King. I will go back very briefly, as short as I can. I got 23 minutes to do this.
Preach God. Glory.
I will go back and as brief as I can to quickly summarize this story as it relates to the text. I told you earlier that the Song of Solomon is not written in chronological order.
All right.
In other words, it is written out of order. And verse number 1 literally tells us what it is. It is the Song of Songs. That's another way of saying Lord of Lords and King of Kings.
My Lord, my Lord.
In other words, out of all of the 1,000 songs that he wrote, this is the Song of Songs. Yeah. This is the best song. And then it identifies who the writer is. It says, which is Solomon. Now, I do want to hang my hat for a few minutes on verse number 2. Because it said, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth.
Yes, sir.
In other words, it does not identify where to kiss, but it says, I want him to kiss me. And since it says kisses, I want him to kiss me more than one time.
Yes,
isn't that all right, Sister Houston? And then she says, for thy love, watch this, is better than wine.
My Lord.
And I told y'all earlier that this story is a love story. It is an erotic story. It is an erotic story between first two lovers. These people became lovers first, and then they became husband and wife.
My Lord.
And she is so in love with him, she wants him to kiss her with many kisses. And now the text on down through there actually identifies where she wants to receive those kisses, which I probably won't get into today. But she do want more than one. And she said, I want you to kiss me with the kisses of your mouth, for thy love is better than wine. In other words, your love is intoxicating.
Yes,
now, what I love about this particular passage, it has some significant spiritual applications.
Let's see, Doc.
Now, before a person is born again or while they are carnal Christians, the text really teaches us that if we're really down and out and we're in trouble, that we ought to drink some wine. Because wine really will help us to forget about our troubles.
Preach, Doc.
But then after we become spiritually mature,
Preach, Doc.
it talks about how we should commune with God, because can't anything compare to the love of God.
My Lord.
It says, for thy love is better than wine.
Yes.
In other words, the solution to your problem is better than wine. In other words, once you establish a relationship with God, then the things that you used to do, it is so far-fetched
My Lord, my Lord.
from the new things that you're going to do with God that there is no comparison. My old life is identified symbolically in this text as wine.
My Lord.
Drinking wine, carnality. Hanging out with women, carnality.
My Lord.
Gambling and running around, carnality.
My Lord, my Lord.
Those are the things that got me joy in the past. But once I established
Preach, Doc.
my relationship with God,
Preach, Doc.
what I used to do
My Lord.
is so far behind what I'm doing right now, there is no comparison.
Preach, Reverend.
I know I got joy from hanging out before,
My Lord.
but whenever I come to church and the Spirit shows up, there is no comparison from what I used to do to what I feel right now. The joy that I have now cannot compare to the joy I used to have back then.
Preach, Doc.
In other words, it is a difference of eating a plate of sawdust to a 4-course meal.
My Lord, my Lord.
My old life, sawdust.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My old life, wine.
My Lord.
But my new life,
New life.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, God. Come on, God.
There is no comparison.
Don't compare.
He's the 4-course meal.
Lord.
So she says here, love is better than wine. In other words, doing right is so much better than doing wrong.
My Lord, my Lord.
Doing right is so much. Love is better than wine. Do y'all see the picture?
Come on, Doc.
In other words, my relationship with God
Yes, sir.
is so much more significant than any relationship that I had before I met God.
Come on, Doc.
The actions that I used to take, it cannot compare to the actions that I do right now. Because love is better than wine. Y'all
Preaching, Doc. You preaching, Doc.
In other words, the thing that I used to do, not only do I don't want to do them anymore,
Come on, Doc.
I mean, not only do I not do them anymore, but I don't want to do them. Because this is such a higher level.
Yes.
You know, I used to get drunk and be hungover.
You preaching, Doc.
But now I can get drunk and there's no hangover.
My Lord, my Lord, my Lord.
I used to get drunk with some carnal spirits.
Yes, sir.
But now I get drunk off of spiritual
Come on,
spirits.
Doc. Come on, Doc.
Off of the carnal spirits, and they do call it spirits.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Y'all do
sir.
know they call it spirit, don't you? I would get drunk off of that spirit, but it left me with a headache the next day.
My Lord.
Didn't feel good the next day. The only way I could get some relief was to go back and get some more, but then it got me addicted.
My Lord.
Are y'all praying with me?
Doc, you preaching, Doc.
But now I can get drunk off the spiritual spirit.
My Lord.
I can get drunk off the word because of my relationship with God and not have a hangover.
My Lord, my Lord, my Lord.
This life is just so much better. And that's what she was saying, for love is better than wine, because the Savior of thy good ointment, thy name is an ointment poured forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee. She was saying about the king, but at the time she said that she didn't know he was king. She was saying that this man watch this, this man's whole lifestyle is an ointment. His life even smells good. His behavior smells good. I love being and hanging around this man. Verse 4, draw me, we will run after thee. The king has brought me into his chamber. Now they done went from just meeting and she's falling in love with him. Now this passage is when they was married. And here's what she said, draw me, we will run after thee. The king has brought me into his chamber. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine.
More than wine.
In other words, I told y'all what wine was, right? Wine is that old life.
Yeah.
But she's saying now that I'm married, we're really getting ready. Watch this. We're really getting ready to get married. Now, let me see, can I help you there? Last Saturday, the houseman had a ceremony
Yes, sir.
here at the church.
Yes, sir.
Now, she came down the aisle and he came out the office, and then they were standing there, and we went through some ceremonial procedures.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then I said, who giveth this woman to be married to this man? And then somebody said, I do. And then I asked Brother Houston, do you take this woman to be your wedded wife? He said he did. And I asked her, she said, do you take him to be your wedded husband? And she said, I do. And then they exchanged rings. And then I said, I now pronounce you man and wife. And they kissed.
All right.
And they went up and lit the unity candle. And it came out, I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Houston. Guess what?
Guess what, Doc?
They wasn't married.
Come on, let's see, Doc. Let's see.
No, they wasn't married.
When they get married, Doc?
After church. Sometime after church.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They actually got married. There was a public ceremony.
Yes, sir.
But I came to tell you that public ceremony is not marriage.
My Lord.
They're just letting everybody know what they're getting ready to do. And the public ceremony says, all right, from here on out, they're going to be considered man and wife because they're getting ready to go get married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are y'all playing with me? So that was the case right here. The king had brought me into his chamber that was getting ready to consummate the marriage.
All right.
Verse 5, now watch this. Verse 5, I am black, but come now, ye daughters of Jerusalem, as a tent of Kedar and the curtains of Solomon. She said, I'm black as Solomon's curtains.
All right.
In other words, because she was referring to her color, she was self-conscious about how she looked. And then verse 6, she said, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun has looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard, and my own vineyard have I not kept. They made me go work in the hot sun. Therefore, I could not take care of myself like these other beautiful women in here. That's what she was saying. And then verse 7, it says, tell me, O thou whom thy soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou maketh thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turned aside by the flock of thy companion? In other words, I'm enjoying being with you so much. I know that you got to put your sheep down at noon because it's too hot outside. And I know you're going to find some still waters for them to drink and some green grass for them to lay down and eat. So at noon, while you're taking a break, tell me where you're laying your sheep. Because I want to come and see you.
My Lord.
See, they're together in the morning. And she loved him so much, she want to see him at noontime, not in the evening.
All right.
I want to look, they're together. It's early in the morning. And she said, I want to see you again at noon. So tell me where you're taking a break.
My Lord. My Lord.
Now keep in mind, he's king. I told you this story, keep going back and forth, right? He's king, but she don't know he's king. She just knows he's a shepherd. So now she's asking him, and he's trying to keep, watch this, conceal who he is.
All right, all right.
And so she said, I want to see you at noon. But notice his answer. If thou not know, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock and feed thy kids beside the shepherd tents. And really what he's saying is, the way you find me is go find them other shepherds and see what other shepherds are laying their flock down. And that's where I'm going to be.
All right.
The spiritual application of that is if you want to find God, just follow his ways.
My Lord, my Lord,
And
my
if you
Lord.
keep following in God's ways and following his scriptures and his precepts and concepts and principles, you're going to find him.
My Lord.
Verse 8, and I know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tents, as what I just explained. I have compared thee, O my love. Now listen to this, because this really feeds in what I want to talk about today. I got 10 minutes.
Preach, God.
I have compared thee, O my love. So, see, earlier she talked about I'm black. The sun doesn't kiss me. Didn't have time to take care of myself. That's what she said about herself. In other words, she's self-conscious about how she looks. But now watch this. I have compared thee, this is him talking to her. I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of the horses of Pharaoh's chariot.
Let's see, Doc.
Who is Pharaoh? He's the king.
Yeah.
He's the king. And if you look up the word horses, it means female horses. It means mare. Female mares, or female horses or mares of Pharaoh were beautiful. They found the most beautiful horses. But then not only were they beautiful by themselves naturally, but then watch this. What they would do was, he said, thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels. Now keep this in your mind because I'm coming back to this. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels. Thy neck with chains of gold.
All right.
We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver. Now keep this in mind. She's already like Pharaoh's horses.
All right.
Naturally beautiful.
Yes.
Naturally beautiful. Naturally attractive. Naturally one of the most beautiful women he ever seen.
My Lord, my Lord.
Watch this. Inside and out. But then on top of that, he said, your cheeks are like rows of jewels. Gold necklace around your neck. But then I'm going to dress you up. And I'm going to have you, watch this, outlined in gold and silver.
My Lord, my Lord.
Now, that brings us to verse number 12. This is what I want to talk about today. Verse 12. Listen to what the text says. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard standeth forth the smell thereof. What's going on here? She is sitting there purposely, intentionally, trying to distract this man.
All right.
What is she doing? My spikenard. Spikenard, what is spikenard? Perfume. Cheeks like rows of jewels, gold around her neck, arrayed with gold and silver. She's, watch this, looking beautiful. But spikenard, a leather case hanging around her neck, and the leather keeps sending out these odors. The leather have these odors. Look at this picture. Her cheeks are like rows of jewels. Her neck is arrayed with chains of gold. She is outlined in borders of gold and silver. In other words, she is looking good, but not only is she looking good, but she's smelling good.
Right.
My Lord.
And she's sending the smell in his direction. Trying to get his attention. She wants to attract him to her over all the people in the crowd. Looking good and smelling good. And wants his attention. Is this not what women do today?
You right.
When they get ready to leave home, they will take a bath, put on perfume, get dressed up in some tight, revealing outfit that shows off the various curves of their body. And I bet you I just described 90% of y'all in here. They will put on earrings and necklaces and other jewels. Now they are both looking good and smelling good.
My Lord, my Lord.
Let me tell y'all something. You don't accidentally smell a woman.
Amen.
When you start smelling a woman, it's because she wants you to smell her.
Right.
Man.
Now that may be 50 men in the church, but she's after one. When you start smelling a woman, get one of them church fans. Oh my God. Now without saying word, without saying a word, she directs her aroma towards some man of interest.
Let's see, Doctor.
Regardless of what he is doing, they want his attention. Just like her. That's not what we do sometimes. Now, let me see if I can bring this thing home. The aroma of the Shulamite woman and the perfume of our present day women are symbols of church worship.
My Lord.
Worship
Let's see, Doctor.
is an attractive aroma that gets God's attention. I know God is busy running the universe. He is making sure that it does not get too hot in the summer.
My Lord, my Lord.
And too cold in the winter.
Preach, Doctor. Preach, Doctor.
He's making sure that the sun rules the day and the moon rules the night. He is making sure that the stars keep on twinkling at night.
Yes, sir.
He is making sure that the birds keep singing, the fish keep swimming, the dogs keep barking, the owls keep hooting, and the lions keep roaring, and the cats keep purring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
However, when God's people begin to worship,
Come on, Doctor.
it gets his attention. Are y'all playing with me?
Preacher! Preacher!
He could be walking through a crowd. But when God's people start worshiping, it gets his attention.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He could be on his way to ministry somewhere. But when God's people begin to worship, it gets his attention. He could be watching over a nation while a president like Trump rule over it. But when God's people start worshiping, it gets God's attention. A nation could be under Republican leadership that believes in the trickle-down theory, although it never gets to the target that it really needs to get to. But while they are ruling, if worship takes place, it gets God's attention. You can be born on the wrong side of the tracks. And you can be born on the wrong side of town. But whenever you start worshiping God, it gets his attention. You can be born in poverty, but worship gets God's attention. You can have a bad mother and an absent father, but worship gets God's attention. You can be bereaved, but worship gets God's attention. You can be single and lonely, but when you start worshiping, it gets God's attention. You can be broke, but worship gets God's attention. You can be hated by others, but worship gets God's attention. You can be ignored, but worship gets God's attention. I tell you that worship will get God's attention. You can be a victim, but worship gets his attention. You can be powerless, but worship gets his attention. I came to tell you today that regardless of who you are, of where you are, of what your condition is, if you would just worship God, it will get his attention. It'll get his attention. That's what worship does. It does the same thing that Shulamite woman was doing. She was trying to get his attention. She was trying to get his attention. I'm looking good. And I know I'm looking good.
My Lord.
I'm smelling good. I know I'm smelling good. And I know he's trying to do something else, but take a whiff of this. And that's what God will do for you. If you want to get God's attention, just worship him. It'll get his attention. God bless you. God bless you. I send you an invitation. You can become a letter, Christian experience, or a candidate for baptism. But whatever way would you come? Is there one? Is there one?